Yo, what's good, guys, and welcome to the Growth Podcast. This is episode 5. We've been, growing as the time goes on. Today we have, of course, somebody new. We have Grizz with us, actually. Yo, what's good, man?
What's good? What's good, John? Thank you for inviting me to the podcast and inviting me to growth. I appreciate it, man.
Yeah.
Yes,
So
sir.
this week we got a lot to talk about, just in general. There's a lot been going on in the streaming communities, just like when it comes to taking content, streamer after dark. And just looking at what's the future of Twitch and how you should like navigate, just like being a streamer. So as per usual, we have Trip and When Easy. What's going on with you guys?
We're good, sir. We're good. We made it to another weekend. This week was kind of ass, but we survived. We persevered. We moving on, man. We pushing, bro. We pushing. It's already April.
You pushing?
Yeah,
Or
yeah.
when?
It has been a long week. Sunday felt like 3 days in and of itself, but we are here. We made it. Good things are coming.
Good things are coming. What's coming?
Let's see. We do got a video out. I don't want to say possibly. I'm gonna say definitely next week because I'm definitely gonna put a video out. Because if I say probably, then I will not do it.
Don't say
So
probably.
there
Yeah,
will
facts.
definitely be- there will
Please
definitely
make
be
it
a
a
video
definite,
out.
please.
Yeah, there would definitely be a video out, and who knows? Maybe some cool streams, some things out of the ordinary.
All right. So
Man,
nothing like
teasing,
crazy.
teasing
Just
the crew. All right, listen.
yeah, man. We've been talking about a little bit of just about like organization. I saw like Grizz had his like what his streamers do to like remain focused. So I want to actually ask you guys is like, what do you guys do to stay focused?
Ooh, that's a good question.
That is a very good
Ah,
question.
so it would depend on, I guess, what the stint of time I'm doing something for is. But first and foremost, I'll try and like move all like the notification bells and phones and stuff out of my way if I'm trying to lock in on something. That's like, of course, step number one. Cause I've tried to do things where I'll try and multitask and have my phone right next to me, and things that will probably take like 15 minutes, they took like 45 to an hour because I was looking at my phone, looking at other shit. I was like, my attention span just got really reduced to a goldfish at some point. So I was like, yeah, this ain't good. But just that and breaking stuff up into certain sections, like, okay, if I'm working on, like, say the last video I did, I kind of broke it up into sections where, okay, I took Sunday to grab all the footage and record everything. So I'm not doing everything in one go. Sunday, I just grabbed all the footage I needed. Monday, I put all the major edit fixes together and just focus purely on, okay, what is this whole a playlist? What is the whole sequence going to look like in my editing software? How is that going to go down? And then Wednesday was like the finishing touch, adding music, little things here and there, cards, whatever tidbits that I might have been missing. So breaking kind of a big project down into little sections helped me to focus a lot more and just keep myself grounded and not, lose so much time and space. I'm like, you can get lost in a lot of stuff or like content creation projects you're passionate about. Like if you don't break it down, you're liable to get lost and waste so much time. So yeah, I do some of those things.
Anybody else?
For me, it for sure is. It's simple stuff. It's just small things to try to get me focused. On a day to day. Like I have recently set up a new rule for myself where I can only send like three non-related, like not
I remember
three
you talking about that.
yeah, like three tweets. I can only tweet 3 times a day, and outside of like promoting my content or promoting like a clip or like a TikTok. So, and still haven't decided if the morning tweet, my good morning tweets count. But basically, like I can only if
Mm.
there's drama going on, I only get to send out one tweet, and it really makes you rethink like how important the things you have to say are. And mostly the reason I did it is because I feel like I spent too much time on my phone, and I spent too much time doing XYZ, replying to people when I could be using that time more effectively. Or even my own content gets drowned out because of all my extra tweets.
Interesting.
Uh,
I have a board full of sticky notes next to me, and it's like a calendar board. And basically, what I do is I just write everything out, and if I do record something, or what I try to do is like I try to do bulk uh access to stuff. So say like one day, because I do music and stuff too. So
Of
one
course.
day I focus, I'll be like, okay, today I'm gonna record 3 songs, even or I'm gonna lay the skeleton out for 3 songs, right? That means I'll probably do a hook, or I'll probably just lay the verse, or leave the space so I can just have the skeleton of an idea. I kind of do the same thing with my content. Like if I write something or if I have an idea, I just write it out. And so I just try to do a lot of stuff in bulk. If I have a work day, I take one day out the week and I spend majority of the time just working on one thing, and just go from there. So, because 9 times out of 10, I think the hardest thing about being consistent about stuff is just like doing it every day, right? But if you already
Facts.
ahead of the curve, uh, procrastination can't really win because you already ahead of your procrastination in a way. That's how I kind of see it.
No, I feel you. For me personally, it's like now I'm at a point where like I have a board also. But like majority of time it's really just streamlining stuff for me, making sure that everything is like useful. So like say for instance, streaming is like probably one of the biggest like instances where I would say now that like I probably stream for more of a purpose, like to have like footage or like have something to like at least talk about. And that's usually built off of like on my iPad. I like have not months before, but like maybe a month before, I'll sit down and like write down like, yo, week 1, what type of video you want to do. But it's also based on Twitter. So if I see something on Twitter and I'm just like, all right, let's do this, like I usually give myself a couple of days to either talk about it, and just like that's what usually helps me stay focused, is just like having it written out for the future. And that's really it basically. But outside of that, it's the 9 to 5 grind makes it hard. I'm not even gonna
Facts.
lie to y'all.
That's
The
a
9 to 5
fact.
grind makes it hard.
Extremely hard.
That's a fact.
I find
So-
myself working on videos during my lunch break or like.
Bro,
You
same,
work from home?
same.
No, like in the office, I'll just bring my laptop. So I just have my laptop with me, and I edit a TikTok or start editing a TikTok, or do some graphics that are due. Like I just start doing that then in the office for my lunch break. So I take that hour, try to knock some stuff out. If my boss is not around, I take an extra 30 minutes, knock some stuff out. So
Yeah,
Nah, it's
nah,
dope,
I'm
man.
I'll be on the same wavelength with that stuff, bro. It's like, yeah, I think you tweeted it the other day, Grizz. Was like, yeah, for y'all working a 9 to 5 and doing full-time content creation, man, shout outs, because it's like it's so hard to balance all that stuff. I know for me, like my mind kind of doesn't shut off when it comes to certain stuff. So like I'll see Twitter up and stuff, and while I'm working, like, oh, something might pop up, and I'm like, oh shoot, I could really like work on that. Hold on, let me write something down. And all of a sudden I'm going from writing something down, and I see a clip or something like that on Twitter or whatnot, and it kind of just spawns me to do something, or there's a video I have to get out in time. Like I found myself sometimes working on thumbnails like before my lunch break, into my lunch break, you know what I'm saying, and getting stuff up before 1 p.m. It's just like it's hard to switch on and off, man. It's like they bleed into each other so much, at least in concept. Like you're thinking about content all the time. If you're in that mind state, as much as you are, working on work and doing things in your 9 to 5. So it's hard to just kind of take that away or just not do that when it comes to, going to work and switching to another, I guess, mode of focus for another thing, because, it's not shutting off. Like, and if you think about it, I feel like some people's like, okay, it's the most optimal way, where it's like, okay, if you can think about some things and break it down during a workday with little pockets of time, you don't have to come off the whole 9 to 5 and be like, okay, we only got like probably 3, maybe 4 hours to work on stuff before the next day comes and it's a wrap. So it's like, it's hard, bro. It's not easy, but nothing really ever is. So you kind of just gotta find a
I'm gonna
way,
be
man.
honest, man. I be feeling like full-time content creators don't put out enough content for me personally. Ain't no way if I was home 8 hours a day not doing nothing, you know what I'm saying? Like, ain't no way I should be putting out as much content as full-time content creators. I'm gonna just leave that right there and keep it moving.
That's a fact.
There's a good middle ground to that, because after a while it becomes more calculated,
Yeah.
rather than it
That's
being
fair.
like
Yeah, that's
you're
also true.
posting to post like to stay relevant. Like there are different lengths of it. So like obviously the Fortnite boys that like like they live their lives where they have to literally their lifeblood is like posting all the time. Like they have to like Fortnite put out a new gun. All right, I have to pump out a new video like right then and there.
Mhm.
But for like a lot of like bigger like YouTubers, it's really just like they can kind of move at their own beat, because they're there for them. Like we're trying to fight to be a part of an algorithm at this point. Like
Yeah, I see
we're
that.
all trying to like live like algorithm to algorithm. So
Yeah.
the best way is to like put out videos, and then like the people that do news. So yeah.
Yeah.
So actually, I guess that be like segues into like the next part of it, being judged for and handling judgment as being a content creator. And I can tell y'all right now, that's probably one of the biggest things that be beating my ass is
Mhm.
because, and I think that was like Jayla that brought that up. Yeah. So she basically was saying that nothing really prepares you for the amount of judgment you will face as a content creator. People will judge you and they will doubt you, and sometimes they will hate you. But as long as you know who you are and what you came here to do, you will survive. That is a very long run-on sentence. But going on from there, um, do you guys know why she actually made this tweet? Like, do you guys
Nah,
pay
why
like
did she? Mm-mm.
so like it's a culmination of things, but I don't know if you guys remember that she was one of the like when they did play Apex, she was one of the commentators, not like an actual in-game commentator, but like towards like like the sidebar stuff.
Yeah.
So like half times or whatever you want to call it.
Oh, got you.
And basically she was getting like like not like a regular amount of hate, like an extreme level amount of hate. And like people are like, yo, you're not even that good at the game. Why are you a commentator like for the game? Why are you like talking about like, this, that, and the other? And like that level of like judgment that like she had to face because of the fact that she's a well-known figure in Fortnite, not Fortnite, Apex.
The Apex.
Like
Yeah.
well-known figure in Apex, and like to take the type of like brutalness that you get from that, and then also being a black creator, black woman on top of that, it's like one of the biggest like, bro, I'll tell you right now. First of all, being black in a lot of white spaces is
Shoot.
enough to make
Bless
you like
you.
lose your hair.
Mhm.
But I'll tell you right now. I'll let you guys go first. But like, how do you guys deal with like judgment
Uh,
as a creator?
I'm gonna
Now-
be
Have you guys
honest
even
with
gotten to
go-
that
yeah,
point yet?
yeah, go ahead,
I
Grizz.
would-
Go ahead, Grizz.
I'm gonna be honest. I'm coming from rap, right? Like I'm rapper coming into content creation, right?
Right.
I'm kind of and in my professional life, my background is a graphic designer, so I'm used to critique. Honestly, I think I kind of have uh developed a type of skin, right? Where like I know if somebody is like judging me because they want to be constructive, and I kind of let that armor down, or if somebody's judging me just because they hate me. You know what I mean? For the most part, I'm not gonna say I don't care, and that's very inhuman. I mean, be like, oh, that doesn't affect me at all, because I could only imagine to the scale, she was getting hate towards. But what I can say is, I feel like my past endeavors, have prepared me a little bit better for critique and judgment. You could only imagine like somebody you look up to telling you like, "Oh, nah, bro, you're ass." You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And you happen to be like, "Damn, okay, now I can listen to this person who tells me I'm ass." Or like I could just continue working on what I want to work on, you know what I'm saying? And
So I'm gonna be honest with you. Like, this is a little bit different because I don't think you understand when you have a bunch of mouth breathers, bro. Like, and I'm not.
I
It's
know,
not.
and I did preface
It's
that.
not.
I
It's
did
not
preface that.
one person. Like I could, you could deal with the one hater that, like, say for instance, like if you doing rap, Grizz, like somebody always gonna think somebody's trash. Like that's usually at the end of the day. But now imagine you had that one dude. Like it could be the lamest dude in the world, 100 times. Like they're in your inboxes. They're in your like. They're just all over the place. They're adding you. They're putting you on racist ass list. Just because of the fact that they don't like the way that you talk about
Yeah,
Apex.
and I did justify. I said I don't know the amount of hate she's going through. You know what I'm saying? So I could personally say I haven't experienced. I can't really quantify how I would feel. I'm just
Yeah.
saying from my previous background and the stuff I've done. I probably am a little bit more well equipped for somebody who just made content,
Nah,
who
I
started
get you.
making content,
I get
and
you.
then for the most part, they like, oh, okay, like from just being nobody who had to deal with critique to getting critiqued. I'm just saying, like, if anything, I'm starting off with a little bit of hacks. You know what I mean? Until when I get there, I'd be like, oh, okay, I get like, oh, this sucks, but but I can only
Nah,
imagine hundreds
no,
of people hitting you up, hating you. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Trip one.
It's definitely like similar to like what Grizz was saying. It's definitely something like I was like most gamers will understand, like, when you, at least in my household, video games are always seen as a waste of time. If it doesn't bring capital, it just isn't worth it in a lot of people's eyes. And
Right.
so when I said, like, yo, I'm gonna start not only playing, I'm gonna continue to play as many video games, but I'm gonna take time and make videos on playing video games. A lot of people will also ask, is that are they paying you for this? And it's like, no. So like I kind of grew up in a household where, like, I kind of already saw like this as like not the best hobby to some people. So I did have like that thicker skin of like, well, if people come up to me like, yo, you're wasting your time or whatever, it doesn't really bother me because I just know that they don't really understand the type of things that I'm doing.
Right.
Um, the ways I try to deal with it, I try to stay off of social media or even just like try to refocus on other things. I'll start doing things like if I feel like my video or I'm seeing like people are like, I'm getting judged for my work and it's not something that I agree with or I feel good about. Like if I'm not mentally prepared for it, I'll like I watch some anime or do something to like decompress and then be in a better mental state to take that criticism or to take that judgment. But again, you will get judged by people who have no business judging you. And that's the judgment that it's what I will say is not to retaliate against those people. At least me personally, I can't. It's really hard depending on who's talking to me. Like if it's like Trip and I see Trip as like a good streamer and I like his content. He's like, yo, it's just cheeks. I'm not gonna go on the timeline and be like, yo, Trip is fucking trash. I swear to God, I don't know why the fuck he's talking to me like that. I swear to God, like I'm not gonna do that. But if it's like, yo, if they got an anime profile picture, I'm sorry, bro. Unless it's Luffy himself taking a break from the grand line to talk about my fucking trash opinion on TikTok, it's just it to me. I've learned, and it takes a lot. It takes a lot of mental strength. I've learned that these people are just trying to get under your skin, and I promise you, there's many times I want to go off on fucking Sanji, but I just don't. I let it slide because at the end of the day, if you don't interact, they literally disappear. Like it's almost like they were
Yeah.
never there to begin with.
Niggas, let me ask you a question. For somebody in the Splatoon community, I say like a big figurehead of color. You know what I mean? Like I can only imagine the stuff you go through with people just hating on your opinions or your topics. So like, how do you deal with it?
I tell them to fuck off. Honestly, like I'm bad. Like and I'll be very honest with you about it. Like a lot of the times, like I have to learn how to use Twitter effectively now. Like, and that's
Same.
probably one of the biggest issues that I've had is that like there are a lot of trolls in this world.
Mm.
And like even though I've made like people like say for instance by quote retweeting, it's like they'll say like, oh, you're causing your community to attack me, like why would you do this? And I'm like, because I don't like you, first of all. We're having a disagreement, second of all, and third of all, I personally just kind of don't care. But like to a bigger point, like you have to realize that a lot of your community is kind of watching, and it's like you're in needless like drama after a while. So it's come to a point now that I've started realizing, say for instance, like I might either have to make a second Twitter where like I can be myself on it, or it's at a point where like say for instance I just have to like stop using Twitter the way that I do. And that's like what kind of sucks about it is because like as I said, like I wasn't joking. Like when like I forgot what I did when I put up a video about colorism and video gaming,
Oh yeah.
and I had people adding me. I had people like upset, like this, that, and the other.
Pitchforks.
I had like racist ass lists. Like I'm talking about like people talking about like calling me the N word. People saying like yo, I would fight Negus, this, that, and the other. And you just got to realize that like a lot of them are losers, first of all. Secondly, and that's one of the things I'd be doing. Like, I'm not even gonna lie to you. Like, I'd be on stream. Like, for a lot of them, I'd just be saying, like, yo, you're probably a loser and you sit at home all day long. Like, and this is like the most fun you get. Like, I would have to imagine, like, and I have to stop myself a lot of the times because I'm bad. And I'll admit that I'm bad. Like, but like, and people have talked to me about it and they're like, yo, like, you gotta realize like it's it's kind of like, yeah, I'm gonna leave it there. But personally, yeah, as I said, like you have to remove yourself from like certain judgment. It's just like Twitch chat, right? I've noticed that like a lot of times my mods, they'll like delete people that like just like say stupid things. Like some dude came to my chat and I was chilling today, like I wasn't even upset, nothing. And the dude was like, "Oh, it looks like you're having a great time. I see your what's it called?" And I just banned him. I was just like,
I do the same thing.
I mean, hey, it's your domain, bro. It's your domain.
I did that, but then I unbanned them because I thought they were a bot because their name was absolutely gibberish, and I was like, "Oh, this is definitely a bot." Because they said some weird. They said Hayo or whatever, and I was like, "This is fake." And then they started typing again, and I was like, "Oh wait, let me unban you. My bad, bro. What were you saying?"
Oh boy, said niggas from Philly don't talk like that. What's that?
I'm like,
What's
"Who's that Hayo?" I was like, "What's going on here? Who are y'all?" It's on YouTube. On YouTube, I get the most bots.
So niggas, let me ask you a question, brother. When does constructive? So where is the line between somebody being constructive, right? Because like, let's say you have like just like people just been saying shit about you so much, right? And somebody might be actually like have some genuine constructive criticism for you, you know, as a creator or whatever, or as a fan of you or something, and they say something, but you already in like gun mode. So you like, what? I don't care. Bah, 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 bah. You know what I'm saying? They're like, damn, I bang with niggas. I was just trying to tell them XYZ, XYZ. You know what I'm saying? So where do you kind of draw the line? Like how, like, yeah, where do you draw that line?
the people that are going to give me constructive criticism have my number and have my like are able to DM me. So like 9 times out of 10, like I'm gonna be real with you, like especially on Twitter, majority of the people that are either going to be for you, unless it's like dealing with harassment in itself, they're not going to speak to you on Twitter. Like a lot of the times, like Twitter's so divisive that it's either like left or right. There is no middle ground a lot of the times on Twitter. So like usually it's somebody that will reach out to you or like a friend or something like that, and that's usually like the things I look at from as constructive criticism. Like I don't look to Twitter, like say for instance, like if I'm looking like how to reach a wider audience, right? And my viewers tell me that they're like, yo, you know, like, oh, we're just here for Splatoon, right? Say for instance. And like I'm like, all right, cool. You know what? I'm realizing that like, you know, this is what I have, the route that I have to go with this. They're giving me like, you know, the criticism of like, oh, this is how you should probably do something with your stream, like an emote, say for instance, right? If they're like, yo, like here's some constructive feedback at emote, but like when it comes to like bigger things like that, come on, man. 9 times out of 10, you're not going to get a real answer from a lot of people. It's really just the people around you, like say for instance growth, like I would hope y'all would give like real feedback, like say for instance like that. If I was ever to do like Splatoon commentary, which I don't, I would ask somebody that's an actual commentator. I'm not listening to Twitch chat like that. They saw like my waves were spinning and they were just like, yo, that guy looks like he doesn't belong playing Splatoon. Like we need somebody that's pale and whatever on screen. So yeah, I'll stop there.
There goes that. But yeah, nah, just to piggyback off that, it's just kind of boils down to the quote. You wouldn't take, you wouldn't take criticism from people who you wouldn't take advice from. I'm forgetting how the quote goes exactly. But yeah, something along those lines. Like you wouldn't listen to the opinions of somebody you didn't believe had credibility. You know what I mean? Like,
Yeah.
Right.
You wouldn't subscribe to, you wouldn't at least hear them out or give them an audience if you didn't believe that they were, you know, again, substantial to some degree in whatever content, whatever lane that you pursuing or you're doing, and they give their 2 cents. So for me, I've always had that general mindset, even though I haven't experienced any, probably not much of any of that, you know, criticism me as a content creator. I'm still young pup in terms of years and time in the game and whatnot. But I know for just general principle of life, if there's, you know, a certain, I guess, certain air of people or a class of people that I can reach out to, again, for example, growth, I know that I can come in here and talk to y'all and be like, yo, listen, honest, was this trash? Was this good? What can I do to improve and tweak this and stuff going forward without any of the bite that's behind it, or just my performance as a content creator? What can I improve? What can I go there? And I can tell, again, like you were saying, Grizz, you can kind of decipher from how they're delivering the message, whether it's genuine criticism about, okay, you can maybe do this to tweak your performance. Maybe you can do this little thing here to up your content on that side. Maybe you can remove this part of your video, instead of them trying to attack you and then, you know, like, you know, shove these little demands and like forcible changes, you know, saying like straight in your face. And you can really tell who's coming with genuine energy of how to help you improve or just give their 2 cents on what could be better, and the people are just trying to be trolls and really just, you know, get at you and just trying to get a rise out of you. Like there's that all the time, and I've seen it like time and time again as a viewer. as a viewer, I've seen this from like I've seen it in so many different streams from so many different people. Like how many award shows done pass by, and then like newer hosts or something like that gets like slandered, they get hate for no reason just because they're new and people have never seen them before. You know what I mean? It's like it's very annoying. It's an annoying constant in the content space. And
Right.
I again I can only imagine for people like Jayla that get these opportunities, and then as soon as you get
At a bigger
excited,
level, it's breaking.
yeah,
Yeah.
as soon as you get excited for something, you get immediately worried because you're like, yo, what's the backlash gonna be from all these weirdos who've never seen me before? You know how the community is, so you know there's gonna be a whole wave of them that come out in mass and just like try and berate you just for the fact that you're there. Yeah, it's trash. But I know for me, when I have this mindset from the outset, and when I get to that point, I know I'm only like considering the opinions of people I can again directly reach, who I consider are credible in a content lane or space. You know what I'm saying,
Right.
or a combination of those two categories. Like everything else, like that's middle fingers to y'all. Like I don't know y'all. Like yeah, that's a wrap. Like and that's how I've always been. Pretty much like I don't care if you're outside of my certain, I guess, consideration set for a credible, authoritative, voice on a certain subject. Like for if it's like, oh, if it's people joking on me, like just in general, whatever, like a random person comes to chat, like jokes on me, like I'm laughing off, or I'm probably either gonna ban you, roast you, and get you out of here, or something like that. And I don't, take it to heart because I don't know you. You know what I'm saying? I don't take much stuff to heart because it's like the people that know, like, you know what I'm saying? Like it's just different. It's just different. So
I know
yeah.
it's super shitty for her, right? Because I
Mm.
can only imagine how hard it is for a woman, but on top of that, a black woman breaking into like the FPS space. You know what I'm
Facts.
saying? That's so neckbeard esque. You know what I
Mm-hmm.
mean? And like
Already know.
she like, you know what I'm saying? And I think she cooked. That's why it's crazy. I didn't know it stemmed from that because I watched a few of her streams. I think she be cooking shit.
Nah,
So
She's
they be
fired.
going in, man.
Yeah, she's great.
Mm.
It's not her skill that's the problem.
It's
Like,
just
she be
the fact
cooking
that
it.
she's a
Motherfuckers
black
will-
woman,
you
apex
could be the
creator.
best. She could be the best person. She could be the best. The pred one. It doesn't matter to them. They just want to hate.
yeah.
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
So
Prayers to the queen, man. For real.
yeah. So just moving on. It's an interesting topic because it's like, what's the point of it? Like it's so I have to ask you guys, how do you guys feel about Twitch After Dark, man? What are you guys feeling?
I'm
It's
ready
not
to see the feet, man.
No, it's not after dark enough for me.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. It's like
You're not going to sit here and be like Twitch After Dark, and it's just the same shit, but in night mode. Like, come on.
that's what
now.
I'm saying. Like I was like, yo, why are we calling this Twitch After Dark? It's not Twitch After Dark.
It's just Twitch. That's
It's
all it
literally
is.
yeah, and if I really think about it, it's like I don't. What's the difference of all this stuff? Like, can't you already find that stuff on Twitch anyway?
On a regular
Okay.
day.
On a regular basis, yes.
Twitch is a global platform too. Like, what's After Dark? It's always the sun
Facts.
is always out somewhere. You know what I'm saying?
That's facts. So I mean,
I
like,
would say this. Twitch is like, look, man, we ain't gonna stop the shit. We might as well just lean into it, I guess. You know what I mean? Cause some of the biggest creators be doing after dark content, so it's like, fuck, we gonna ban them? I don't know.
It's just stupid. The whole thing is stupid because it's like they'll have like Twitch After Dark, but they'll ban people for like regular schmegular shit. Like
Right.
or like the everybody every time I opened up my timeline, somebody lost a really sick emote because there was a butt
facts.
involved.
They lost the ass emote, they lost the booty emote, they lost the twerk emote, or something like that. And I'm just like,
And those are some
See,
sick emotes.
Twerking is too close to black culture. That's why they don't like it.
and somebody also brought up a real good point about that. I think it was Goofy Wise. Shout out to Goofy. He was like, yo, I need to it was like people getting like flagging that for sexual content. I'm like, bro, like twerking isn't always, stop sexualizing it in every single context, because it's not always that. It's literally not always that. So it's like,
it's a form of women celebration, black women celebration. Well, black
like
celebration.
Like dance and rhythm, different artistic expression in dance, whatever you want to call it, but it's not sexualized in every context. But the fact that, again, it's tied to black culture in some way, they think it's sexualized, and every time it's getting flagged by Twitch 1, 2, 3. But then you want to drop these categories and stuff like that. And I'm looking at some of the I guess the categories that I guess are in the box of After Dark content. Just groping at one's own body, prolonged kissing, targeting at the camera. Like this stuff kind of just is already in the 18 plus bucket for that category on Twitch, isn't it? You know what I'm saying? Like, it's already fits into that stuff. So I feel like they're just putting a fresh coat of paint on the same vehicle in a sense. Like, I don't know what special, what
300%.
yeah, I don't know what's something special like about this specifically. You know what I'm saying? Maybe besides like a couple of additions, like I see like the art, what's it called? Channel text titles or overlays, maybe. I don't know. I haven't taken a deep dive at what's the 18 plus differentiation now and what it might be after this Twitch After Dark implementation. So I don't know what the changes might be, but it doesn't look like as much. So it's like, why all the big fuss about it?
The motherfuckers just be talking shit.
They just be saying stuff, bro.
They just be talking. Nothing's gonna change. I just think they just be talking shit.
What do they mean by like sexual health education? Like, wouldn't that fall under like normal? Like, why is that Twitch After Dark?
Maybe like putting a condom on the banana.
Yeah, like I was about to say like diagrams or actual examples or something like that. Maybe.
No,
That's weird.
What he's saying is like, why does that fall under Twitch After Dark when it's not trying to be sexual? They're just trying to teach people how to have like sex. Like I wouldn't walk into a place I wouldn't walk into a strip club for sex education. You know what I'm saying? Like, that's what I feel like when I hear. Like, when I hear like something after dark, like I wouldn't like I wouldn't go to a place for that. Like sex education is like taught in like a classroom. That's like a 5 p.m. type vibe.
Yeah, like
type vibe.
Like I feel like we've been like just in general, we've been more as a society open with that. Maybe it's just me nitpicking now, but looking at like that wording, I don't even know if this is exactly like Twitch's wording, but like why would you I don't know. Like I feel like you've had pole dancing, like I don't know, man.
Yeah, that's already been there.
You've had body painting.
Been had body painting.
I don't understand like what much more, like if you're gonna have an after dark, like have an after dark, like
they just be talking shit, bro. I'm telling you, they're literally just there. There's just a bunch of people like, yo, what if we send out a tweet? Like this should have been, if this would have been announced on April 1st, we all would have thought it was a joke. We ought to have been like, oh, that's funny, because like it's but like no,
all
this was
things.
This is like in March. Like y'all aren't doing anything. Is this how you guys spend our 50%? That's my question.
Yeah.
Is this how the 50% of the subs? Is this what y'all do with the money? You guys just
the real thing is like I guess the real like big thing here is like you can actually put your feet in like the webcams, which
was that not allowed?
No, actually, like genuinely.
Look at this. Look at Grizz, bro. This man clapping up. He said, "Yeah, it's time, baby."
I think there's like,
baby.
I think there's actually like if it's like you like say for instance like if you're like doing it on purpose, but like you're like technically not supposed to do it.
That's crazy.
Technically, if I remember correctly, you're technically not supposed to have like feet on like Twitch like that, like you know, like in a sexual way and manner, like.
This is a huge dub for a very specific
Trust me,
kind of community.
like you have to. No. Why haven't you realized that girls haven't just had like straight up feet cams? Like you've never.
I don't know. I just thought they didn't want to. Like I genuinely didn't think that.
No, like you're not supposed to.
Is about to touch a bag. She about to
exactly.
Oh yeah.
ASMR foot cam.
Yeah.
First 100 subs, and you activate the foot cam.
She about to put up. She about to put up wilt numbers, bro. She about to put up wilt numbers. It's crazy.
And I might be involved.
Listen, wait, what you? I'm trying to get a piece of the pie, bro. Meat cam's coming soon, bro. Y'all take it easy.
On the
I'm about to say, well, I got the
cam.
Listen, bro, I got the second one right here. Stop playing with me, boy. I better get this. Hold on. This ain't.
Elgato did not.
This joint ain't been used, boy. I got the second one ready to roll, son.
Me too.
Stop
brother.
playing with me. Get your pockets ready. Get your pockets. Let's go. Get your pockets ready, baby.
On the Chub cam coming soon.
Open your wallets. Open your wallets.
I hope they put you all in Twitch jail. This is why I'm on YouTube, the safe network.
Nah, bro. So like on top of that, what's weird about this whole situation is that like if you saw Terrible Gaming, he also had his emotes taken down, but he had the gray sweatpants emote taken down. And that's like the crazy part is like you have people giving full mouth to an ear ASMR thing.
No, yeah,
yes.
Listen, why is it when we get on the same street as like, you know what I'm saying, close to a black person or a black cultural concept or something that like stem from that, we're like, yo, bro, hey, flag that real quick. But then it's like a whole mile and a half of like, you know, exceptions and considerations and whatnot for other. We know the exact reason. This is you know what I'm saying, this is rhetorical, but Like, come on now. Like a
Yeah.
whole booty, like a booty or turkey emo gets taken down
I
easy.
see.
Gray sweatpants, easy. But somebody, you know what I'm saying, like doing a whole wham bam, multiple camera angles on the ear, middle of a stream. That's like, how do we feel about this, man? We should put it under review process. Maybe give it a couple
Hey.
days to, simmer. Like,
You want to know
Yo.
the funny thing is, right? The funny thing is, I was in the Amaranth ASMR stream. I was doing research, and you come to find out that she's not even live, bro. That's all pre-recorded, bro. That's all
That's
pre-recorded, and I seen
that's
it cut. I said, hold
crazy.
up, is that a cut? Did that just cut right there? She's not live. Bruh,
She's
she
not
about
even
to touch
talking
it.
to them. Oh
Bruh.
yeah, she about to hit
And
M,
being
bro. She about to hit M.
That's crazy. But besides the point, it's wild that like you'll see like an Among Us character twerking, and I think it's so fucking funny. I think those emotes are like the best emotes. But then like you got the ear lick ASMRs, man. Like you can't find those kind of mics at like Sam Ash. We know where. Like, come on, y'all. It's not, and I don't even
That's
care
a custom
about it.
order.
Like, I don't
You
really.
can buy
I
'em on
really
It's
Amazon.
the
I looked 'em up.
inconsistencies.
it's the consistency. Like I really do not fucking care. Like I think
Facts.
everybody's content is worth it, but like don't take away, don't make shit sexual and take it away when there's things that we know are XYZ and leave those up. Like, nah, that's nothing. Come on, stop. You're making it weird, bud. Like, nah, man.
Mhm.
Yeah, like at the end of the day, none of us care about like what, like, say for instance, because ASMR doesn't have to be sexual.
No, it doesn't.
So they say. I'm still trying to figure that out, put that part out. But like in general, like it's weirdly weird that like Twitch goes this route with certain things, and like it's the inconsistency of it all that's like the big problem that a lot of people have. It's not the fact that like people are upset that somebody is mouthing an earpiece on Twitch. It's the fact that when you do that and then you remove twerking emotes, so like what do you want? Where's the middle ground here? Like will like people be able to have certain things or not at all? But we're gonna move on. One of my favorite topics, just in general, we're actually just going off of like what was been talked about on Twitter, and also basically the streamer awards, I believe it was, representation in gaming / content creation. So a lot of this started off, I want to say, with like you had Ackman with his dumb tweet. It was a very bad tweet. I absolutely hate this tweet. I quote retweeted. I was like, yo, I don't understand why some people don't understand their privilege, but whatever. So game critics continue to amaze me. Imagine complaining about Elden Ring's hair choices in a character creator, let alone write a whole ass article about it. Jesus fuck, dude. Just make your guy look like an abomination like everyone else does. And maybe back in the early 2000s, people would have gone for this. But to be fair with you, and the only thing I say is like you can look at so many other games that have done amazing jobs with probably half of the budget. And like if you're making your games out for like all these people, you can make blue and green characters. Pretty sure you can make an afro or a pair of dreads. But yeah, Trip, you what's up?
Yeah, this discourse just usually bugs me, man. It's like I don't know, man. It kind of deals with the bigger, I guess, the bigger narrative or the bigger rhetoric of, oh, well, you guys got it's just a whole ass mythical game. Why are you guys complaining about, something you weren't even there? And I remember seeing some of the discourse on TikTok as well. Like there was some black dudes on TikTok talking about there were like no black people in like the Middle Ages or something like that. Like one, that's completely wrong. I was like, bro, you stupid as hell for that.
1960. You didn't
Facts,
know? Like,
facts,
I thought
yeah.
I thought it was in the history books. Y'all didn't know?
Like, I'm about to say,
appeared.
we just
like,
we just appeared, you know what I'm saying, in Virginia one day, you know what I'm saying, on a ship. Like come on,
Black
bro.
Magic, man.
Come on, dog. Yeah, one, completely inaccurate. I was like, bro, that's so stupid. And two, it's literally a mythical, entire, like science, like fiction-y, pure magical experience. You think that we could maybe just add maybe like a black dude with a decent hairstyle on there with something from that point? I'm like, for us, it's like, it's not that far of a jump. Just look at proper hairstyles from the world, probably from that time period, put some in there, you know what I'm saying, give us some option. And then everybody took it as, oh, they're criticizing everything about the game. You know what I'm saying? They're taking it over the top. They think this game is trash just because of this one feature. No, we're just saying we want to be presented in a certain way in this game. We want to be, you know what I'm saying, have that look. Like, I about to say we had this conversation in February. It was like, okay, because there was options to customize. Well, for me, it was like because there's the option to customize Commander Shepard to be black, have a different hairstyle, stuff like that. You resonate with that character a lot more if you can fit it to your specifications. So you like having that
Caesar haircut. All you want is
okay,
Caesar
that's true.
haircut.
That's also true.
baldy.
That's also true. Yeah, that's facts. The bald fade, literally.
You got the baldy.
And even that's half fat. You know what I'm saying? Like,
No,
you know what I mean? So it's like we just want that lane to connect more with the character and have that level of representation in gaming. That's it. We didn't criticize we didn't say the game is trash. We didn't pick it apart. We didn't do nothing. We just said we wanted more of that. And we think game studios and game developers have it within their power, especially ones of that scale and size and notoriety at this point in time, to actually consider black hairstyles. Now, for everybody else who's just complaining about it, listen, y'all didn't have to deal with this problem because y'all are not black. So it's like, yo, just leave it alone. That's not your fight. Just move to the side. Let's let the discourse roll on, because y'all been having, you know what I'm saying, comb overs and stuff like that and mohawks for like 800 years. So it's fine. You guys will be all right.
They make that that abomination like thing when he was like just make your character an abomination like everybody else. Yes, because you've played the last 5 Dark Souls game and were able to make yourself 6 different times. I'm not surprised you got bored,
facts.
my friend.
Facts.
Yeah.
This man was messing up his whole face, but I'm like, bro, I'm trying to make a person that looks like me, bro. Like, I'm not trying to make no Obama. Like, who does that?
Right.
Not me.
At first, I thought the convo was kind of like, but then after talking to y'all kind of like giving me some insight. I was like, okay, I can see why people are kind of upset about it, because at the end of the day, I don't care about Dark Souls character customization, like personally, like it's like whatever.
That's smart.
You know what I'm saying? But like understanding that, like somebody who wants representation in terms of video games, and then we start having a conversation about how like what really resonated with me was last night when me and Negus was talking about it, and he was like, "Nah, Japanese people are blatantly xenophobic, blatantly racist, blah 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 blah," and he just don't care. And I was like, "Oh, good point. Yeah, okay." Now I kind of feel some type of way about it. You know what? I think it's probably one of those things like Ackman. I have you watched. I don't know nothing about his
I watch his content.
He's like the first dude. Like that was the first time he's ever been on my timeline or my Twitter ether or radius, whatever. But so I just don't really think he has a right to say that. Like to speak on that point. You know, what I'm
He
saying?
acknowledged that after a while. Like he kind of
Yeah.
said it like, yo, I think I missed on this one. So
Nah, that's when you know you missed. You got to come circle the block and be like, rare miss question mark? Yeah. Yes. Surprise. Airball. Like, what are you talking about?
airball.
This thing for me was kind of one of those things where I kind of felt like we was just complaining, but then after hearing more context on it kind of made me change my view a lot more.
You know why? You know why? Because for a lot of people, so there is a point where like you have to look at it as like it's become normalized. So like a lot of people don't question it. It's just like, say for instance, I'll say like look like this, Grizz. All of us grew up black. I believe that you're like also Nigerian, right?
Mhm.
So like how like it's like very normalized for us not to have hair expression, right? Somebody like Trip, they would have been like, bro, like, yo, don't you think you need that dark Caesar to like be presentable to your sellers? Like same thing for like when like you having like your dreads and stuff like that. That's why I cut my hair back in the day. And those are like the things that we don't question about, right? That actually are rooted in a lot of racism and like why, like say for instance, we're just not represented. So like it's the same way that you can look at like oh, it's not that big a deal. Like I'll just cut my hair off, but like homie has like a ponytail and doesn't have to cut his hair ever, and while you have to like make sure that you look pristine and whatever for work. But
I mean,
like
even now, like I have locks and I keep my sides cut so I can still look like I have a haircut. You know what I'm saying?
yeah. So like it's like those little things that nobody thinks of. And as time goes on, a lot of people just think it's normal. It's not normal to not have representation in a game. Like it's really not. If they can do it for white people, when the games are from Japan majority of the time,
Facts.
it's very weird that like it's like, oh, so you just can't do it at all. But then other games are just like, yo, here you guys go. You want more? Ollie Ollie World. Perfect example.
Prime example. They did it like off the bat to a T, no questions asked. Like it was solid. And I'm like,
it also
Any studio can do that. Come on now.
Yeah, the studio that made Ali World is pales in comparison to the amount of funding and support that From Software has. And this isn't like just a From Software problem.
No, it's not.
Like
No.
when you have this conversation, and you get pushback, it for me the Elden Ring thing, I thought it was a super valid criticism in the fact that like a lot of the hairstyles that are in Elden Ring were in Dark Souls 3, were in Dark Souls. They were in a lot of them, if not the same exact hairstyles. So if you already have the formula, you're not spending money to make these hairstyles. They're already in the game. Why not add 2 or 3? Like if you would have started adding representative hairstyles from the first game, like make the first one, and by the like from the second game forward, you would have a crazy library. But it's just that they don't care, and that's really what the criticism is about. It's like, yeah, I just kind of don't care, do ya?
And
They don't. So
people acting up because there's now people, and there always has been, but now we have a vehicle and mode to speak up about and show that we care about this and we want this to be changed in the game that we want to show love to. You know what I'm saying? Thinks the game is a great experience for those that have played it, but okay, there's elements that we think we can enjoy it a lot more, and now we have that lane to speak. And it's fighting against the status quo. A lot of people don't see it because they're content with it, but for those that aren't, they think they're fighting society and complaining about nothing, when really it's something that is just rooted in identity and showing that identity in open spaces. You know what I mean? And fighting for that. So when people kind of jump on these types of issues, be like, yo, why are you complaining? Just make an ugly face like everybody else. They don't realize that there are so many other perspectives of people who wanted to have, somebody that looked like them in that sense. You know what I'm saying? Not to get deep, but it's just real. Like, I want to have somebody that looks like me sometimes. Like, I would want that option. And we haven't had it in most experiences for a long time. We're just now kind of getting over that hump of inclusion. So, for a lot of people, they don't see the point because they lack the perspective of, other people, Black people specifically, trying to get this stuff pushing in the gaming space.
It's a very sicko point that niggas made, that I have been conditioned to not care, which is very true. I never thought about it like that.
It's real, bro.
Because I probably have,
Nah, yeah. You can go with the Barbie incidences. You can go with a whole bunch of things. It's just made normalized. But we're gonna move on. So like to talk about the awards. It was the Streamer Awards, right?
Yeah.
So like the Streamer Awards like has the same. It's the same thing over and over again. But like for real. I mean, just look at Twitch. Like when you look at the aspect of like, so basically, Miss Ash was saying, I'm tired of hoping to see Black representation at streamer events and reward shows. We need our own. What brands are willing to sponsor an event and bring on our favorites to host, interview, etc.? Please boost this so we get work. So I'm not gonna lie to you guys. There was a streamer by the name of Chinny, and she did her own, like, this was years ago, I think. She did her own like stream awards things for like Black streamers actually. And I was like, yeah, that's probably going to need to happen, because sadly a lot of us don't get the recognition that will will reach a level to actually get like noticed in on this platform. Maybe on like on the YouTube side, definitely, because YouTube's just different. It's really just different. Obviously, two different types of content creation, but you would assume that your content would still propel you. Like you'll have like it's weird because you'll have like his name's Kaisen. I always forget what his name is.
Oh, Kaisenat.
Yeah, that one.
Oh, okay.
Like,
got you.
You'll have like those big guys, but after a while they leave the platform and they go do something else or whatever, and they're never gonna get voted in. But I find it weird that like people aren't surprised, because are surprised when the representation on Twitch is already ass. So
I don't know why people are surprised. Don't surprise me. Some of the biggest, like the dude Bruce drop him off. The fact that he wasn't nominated for nothing, and he's just probably joined one of the biggest organizations on Twitch, the OTK, and he consistently does 20K plus. You know what I mean? Like, he's one of the biggest streamers on the platform. Like, I don't know. I never seen him in those type of spaces, which is crazy. So I don't know. I mean, yeah, it's not surprising for me.
Yeah.
It's
very unsurprising. Very, very unsurprising. Like for those that, again, like kind of look at the big picture and not like kind of just focused in their own like the lane of content, or at least looking
Lane,
around
yeah.
the atmosphere and just seeing what's going on in the Twitch environment. You can already tell like the people that get pushed in the same spaces or in the same top carousel sponsors every month, all the Twitch rivals and stuff like that, and like every month outside of Black History Month or Women's History Month or any other special dedicated length of time. You can see obviously who's being pushed and who's not. Like it's not that hard to tell.
It's not. So I mean, it's like one of those things where it sucks, and it would be great if like more representation was to happen, but like the platform itself would have to change first, not like really us.
It would also
Yeah.
have to want to change.
Yeah, it would have to want to change. So I don't know where else to really go with that one. Like it's how the world is, man. Like
Yeah.
I'm gonna be real.
Yeah, and I don't want it to be
Um,
that way. Honestly, I don't. I mean, if nobody wants it to be that way, I would kind of one of those, I guess, startup award shows outside of Twitch's, I guess, atmosphere be feasible until I guess Twitch turns around and be like, yo, listen, we probably need to get them into this. Would you
It would
want
have
more
to
than
just
one
be, like,
award show that's kind of
gr-
on a unified front outside, maybe like specifically geared towards like black folk? Like we saw, what's it called, Khalif Adams, you know what I'm saying, Spawn on me. He was like, yo, he was considering putting content creation categories on the Spawnies, like his award show for devs and stuff like that. So I was like, yo, would you wanna add some, I guess, add an element of content creation, I guess, celebration more for us on that side to kind of supplement that, or would you want to wait
Yeah,
for
that's-
Twitch to make a move?
That's kind of, well, this wasn't Twitch, was it?
No, it wasn't Twitch. It was
no.
like
Yeah,
Or
someone
whoever,
else.
or whatever major organization or something like that. You know what I mean? To like
Yeah,
actually
no, it
consider
would have
everybody
to.
else.
So it would have to be like grassroots, obviously, like just done by other like streamers, somebody big that really, or somebody that just has the initiative to like to want to do it. That's all it would really have to be, and that's probably, like you said, Cleve Adams talking about what he's going to do for the Spawnies. I really think that's all you can hope for at that point. It's the same way that like we have to go about like why BET was created, why the BET
Yeah.
awards were created. Like
Literally.
it's just it's the same cycle. I know a lot of people be like, "Oh, but the times have changed." It's the same cycle over and
Nah.
over again. We have to create spaces so that we can be accepted into spaces, and that's really how it goes. It's just like why like you do something like growth is because of the fact, it's more the fact of like being able to network, work with each other, have it like a way of like having some types of resources. If you don't have a place to like if you don't have a place for something to grow and flourish, it's not going to work for you. And the spaces that like the popular streamers are on and the popular are on, they don't want us there. So
Facts. Yeah, it's like if you don't have any foundation, you got to build it. So it's most of the same thinking for a lot of these different lanes of content, which it sucks, but it is what it is, man. At some point, it's like it must be done. It must be done.
you want to hit this next one, Trip? You don't mind? Like as I said, if you know about the esports, stealing others' work.
Oh yeah, I got you. So yeah. So this topic was a bit of a switch up. So this was actually my first time hearing about some of this debacle of what was going on this week. So I'm about to say a man by the name of Christian Bishop, actually director of Twitch properties, of course, at the company. He got involved with a certain little debacle with his company. He's the founder of Esports Media, and basically he was pretty much found stealing content from a bunch of different creators across the net and just posting it on his channel. And then once people were trying to reach out to him, he was just blocking them right off. So he was just outright stealing people's content, posting it on the esports channel, and then just kind of going on about his day. And just, again, just at the bottom line, straight up stealing content outright. So, I mean, this is at a corporate level. And this is, again, rife around so many different places, man. We've seen Ludwig speak on the situation, so many updates from a lot of different sources and different people who were involved in some of the stealing and whatnot. Like people was calling him a con man from 2019, this Bishop Christian dude. I mean, what's y'all take on this?
Yeah, as I said, I didn't even realize that you guys wanted to even talk about this, but like the dude's a shitty dude. Like he was if you guys know the Smash scene, he was a part of Thunder Gaming, and like there was a whole thing that went down with that. And like there's a guy by the name of Technicals. He made like a whole video about him. I think it led to like even like a lawsuit where he had to like end up taking the video down. Dude's a really shitty dude. He's just using it to game the industry. These channels are all over the place. It's like literally people make millions off of just stealing like content. If you really want
Yeah.
to, like honestly, if you really want to, like I'll be real with you, make a channel like and just start stealing content, and you could make thousands. Like you didn't hear that from me though.
There's like thousands of them. When I used to be on Facebook, I don't even know why. Like, there's no reason for me to be on that site. When I used to be on Facebook, like just scrolling, I remember I would never see gaming content from the people's actual pages. I would always see like gaming Bible or something random would like pop
Oh,
up.
yeah,
It would post a clip of like Nick Merckx, and I'm like, oh, that's crazy. And in my mind, I'm like, wow, I wonder if he sold this clip to them. And then like when I got into the content space, I'm like, no, these people are literally just stealing it, but because they're doing it in places where nobody's checking, nobody cares. It's just they just get away with it, and they make a lot of money because they get paid off of views and ads and whatnot.
Facts.
And it's crazy. Even like if you think about it, even the people who make collaborations, like those like videos of like craziest Warzone plays.
Oh yeah, the
of
Twitch
this
fails,
week
like
or
Twitch
whatever.
fail comp.
Yeah, like those people, they're not paying for the content. They're kind of like if I gave you a clip and I said, yeah, you can use it, by all means. But a lot of the time, they know that they can just fly under the radar because nobody's going to check them because they don't have enough time to scour the internet.
They'd be like 18 to 30-minute videos and be like, okay, how do we know, you know what I'm saying, our stuff is in there? Unless like a fan goes in there and actually roots it out and is like, oh yeah, right here, this timestamp, and then, you know, grabs it.
It's a shitty practice, but it's not something new. So just be careful of it. Just be on the lookout, really. If you see your stuff and you're not supposed, and it's not supposed to be there, you let them know. I got reached out. I played Warzone for like 1 week of my life, and somebody reached out to me. It was like, "Can I put your clip in my YouTube video?" I was like, "Sure, dude. I don't care." And like I sent it to him, and I saw the YouTube video, and I was like, "Cool." Like I didn't care because I was small, but you can reach out to a lot of these smaller creators, and they'll probably just say, "Yeah, I would love that. Just put my name on it." Because a lot of people get views off of stuff like that. Like I didn't know about these streamers until this type of stuff. So if you really want to make like a collaboration video, or even just like doing a TikTok where you show people's clips, ask people first.
Now
that's also not. I don't recommend doing that. I don't recommend making your whole content on the people's content. That's just a bad look.
I'm about to say, one, that's a weird look, and two, that's the problem for a lot of people. They don't want to ask at all, bro. They don't want to ask, and they think that putting somebody's name and actually crediting them is like the worst like gash, or you know, like a whatever, like a scab or something on the middle of their channel, like on the middle of their video. They think it's like the worst thing ever. Because I've barely seen it happen, and I've seen ideas get shifted on from one channel to the next, get swiped. You know what I'm saying? Like plucked for no reason, like more times than I can count as a viewer, down to as a content creator now. Like it's happened too many times where people don't even acknowledge where they got it from, or at least like again gave a tip off to, hey yo, listen, you know what I'm saying, I got it from this dude channel, or I got it from that dude channel. Like, oh yeah, saw a video from thing on the other day, and you just like drop it in a little card, you know what I'm saying, drop it on a YouTube thing or drop a link. Like crediting is so hard for some people, which is wild to me, because I'm like, didn't they teach you this in school? You didn't learn MLA format, Chicago style APA, none of that stuff. You didn't cite none of that stuff. Like plagiarism. Like it's plagiarism, and it's like the fact that there's no, I guess, direct consequence unless you're called out for that. Is like the margin for consequence to catch up with you is not as high as other, you know, lanes of content, you know, because people don't be really like copyright and stuff like here. People just it's Wild West, man. People will take stuff like that, and you don't even know until it's up, and you're just like, yo, what the hell? And this is at every level. Like I think the highlight of this story is it just kind of solidifies the fact for me that it happens at every rung of content creation and gaming in the industry. Like
I was about to say something about that, Trip.
To no end. Go ahead.
The crazy thing to me is that organization, I don't know how much it makes. Let's say a multi-million-dollar organization.
Definitely not that, but yeah.
But is so pressed for content that they're taking it from other creators. That just, to me, that shows multiple things. How like one, we're like as creators, or you know, people are just so starved for content that he feel like he has to steal. And two, he's shitty, you know. And but the grand scheme, but the bigger point is that like that somebody feels like they need that their funds can't pay people to take the content, or that they don't have the revenue or the team to make enough content for their platform, that they have to go out their way to steal the content for their platform is insane to me. It just shows
Common
how
practice.
but it just really shows how starved people are for content in
Yeah.
the grand scheme.
Mm-hmm.
You know?
Lack of
So, yes.
imagination as well. Shoot.
Yeah, too.
So at that point there's the looking forward, we have a couple of just additions to the Twitch appeals portal. Does anybody actually even know that existed, like,
Bro,
to be honest with you?
I
Like,
didn't know that existed till January. Honestly, I did
do you
not know
guys
that
know
existed till January.
like the fact that you could actually just that there's so much you don't know about this website, and it's actually kind of crazy that as I said,
Bro.
it's like there's so much you really 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 don't know.
Twitch needs a tutorial.
They
Yo,
have
on
one,
everything.
but they suck.
I didn't even know that they had one. That's how. Oh my god.
They have
Oh, well.
tutorials.
They need to do a better job of just showing these. So yeah, if you guys haven't checked it out, we could just you can just check it out on their website. They have a whole bunch of articles that you can always read, but they just barely
They
tweet them
never
out
push it.
sometimes. Yeah. So how do you guys feel about the hype train dynamic adjustments also?
Go ahead, Win.
If only I knew what a hype train felt like. No, I'm kidding. I did get a hype train once in a while. It's like I like seeing stuff like this. But as a small streamer, it's kind of just like it's something that I like. Yeah, like cool, bro. There's like way bigger problems on the website, but like that I feel like you guys should really focus on, like hype train adjustments. That's an awesome like patch for the game or whatever. But let's talk about like making my content offline matter. Like that's how I feel when I see a lot of these things. Like I feel like they do a lot of small fixes for very specific problems, and then they pride themselves and they're like, all right, good job, and then we're kind of done for the day. Like this is cool, I guess. Like that's all I really have to say about it. It's just like it's cool, I guess.
Yeah,
tough when you get hype trains.
Yeah. Shout out to
Yeah.
hype trains.
Like I barely like, I mean, like, yeah, I get hype trains, but I don't like look at the settings. I'm not even gonna lie to y'all. Like, cool,
it
great.
is what it is. Like
we're gonna move on, bro. I'm gonna be real with you.
I'm about to say the only addition to that is shout out to the chat. It was like, did they fix like the scam train joint? Because the people just popping up on the front page with whole titties in their front screen, and the boost joint,
the booster
joint. I'm like, so did y'all fix that? But or did y'all leave that alone and just decide to, we're just gonna tweak something that really didn't need to be tweaked like that right now?
Bro,
Twitch was a thing. I didn't know people
Twitch doesn't listen. Yeah, they don't listen, bro. Like people were telling them, like, yo, this is not a good idea. Even though I will say that is a very common practice. Like boosting your content is actually a common practice.
Yeah,
a lot of people just don't realize it. They're like, why would I want to pay for my? If you go to TikTok right now, they actually have a thing.
Tweets.
That's
been known for years since Facebook, bro. And even before that.
I will say this.
Yeah, go ahead.
I will say this. The reason I am against it on Twitch is that it is everywhere. Even when I was on Facebook, they were like, one of the ways to grow your channel, they were like, yo, if you advertise for whatever. The issue I have with it is that I feel like Twitch is using this as a substitute for an actual algorithm. Like I feel like that's why I'm annoyed about it. Because like there's discoverability in almost every other website. It's via something. Whereas like Twitch is like, if you don't have people, sorry, we do not care. But if you got money, now we're talking. So you
Twitch
either
is
need
the
people
gotcha
or
game.
you need
facts, bro.
Like
Twitch has become a gotcha game. It's pay to win.
Shit, wow, bro.
But you know what I'm saying? Like it's crazy because like before we used to be like, wow, people might be buying bots, but instead now you can buy the Twitch approved bots. Is what it feels like.
That's tough.
Shit, crazy, bro. Crazy. I'm not opening Wallet for y'all.
As I said, my favorite part is coming up. So basically, if you guys missed it, if you haven't heard, Ninja's streamer school is in session.
Oh, man, that was the first day.
If you thought Fortnite wasn't the only thing, there's also streamer school. Now, there was a conversation that we had yesterday. Grizz, you were talking about like, just when it comes to like money and aspects. It's funny. One of the biggest things that I've noticed when it comes to like content creators that it may have taken a dip, a lot of them start doing streamer slash YouTuber advice.
Mm-hmm.
Like it's like the next thing that like if you any YouTube channel, if you ever watch a YouTube channel and their channel's not doing super well, they will always like, yo, how to start a YouTube channel, because they know that like their subscriber base is gonna like be like, oh, like yeah, well, I would like to start a YouTube channel. So it's like interesting that Ninja's doing like, you know, the streamer school like thing. And I'm not trying to like, you know, down like I watch Ninja personally, but I don't have to look at any of that content to tell you that Ninja is not telling you anything that will help you grow.
Bro.
What do you mean? I already brought my notebook. All right. I already
I'm
brought my
crying. Dog, listen,
and my ninja headband.
listen, I just want to say that this man is getting paid a significant bag by Masterclass to make this happen. So, I mean, for the business bag, I don't fault him. He's doing whatever. But he's not doing this off his own dime, basically. So, I'm like, cool. You know what? Do your thing. But for the actual content that you're providing and like what's going down, you don't need to buy this, bro. Please, just save your money,
No,
bro.
you
Go.
need to buy it. It's Ninja Stream School.
I don't want to learn how to do 90s on Fortnite and yell at people, bro. I feel like I can do that on my own. I feel like I can really master that in my own right. Just take some practice outside of the stream and work on it. I don't think I need the masterclass. I don't need the whole package to get it, honestly.
See, that's your problem. Y'all don't want to grow for real.
No. Oh, go ahead, bro.
No, I was gonna say like it just feels like when you're like on Instagram or any other place, they're just trying to sell you like it's just like snake oils, really. Like you're not, regardless of whatever class, whatever advice, whatever happens, they can give you the best advice in the world, unless it's something real technical or analytical, or it's like some like numbers game. Like if you were to tell me that it was a Twitch employee who sat there and was trying to break down the algorithm or whatever, then maybe. But it's like, man, he did it. So like that's why he's teaching you. That doesn't mean he knows everything about it. He did it. That's why he's doing it. But it doesn't. It's people trying to teach you how to work out more efficiently. But like at the end of the day, it's still you who has to go work out. Like you still gotta go. You gotta put the time into it. No matter who you get to give you the advice, it matters on what you do with your content.
How you apply it, honestly, and that's the thing. It's like, wow, of course. Take, you know, on paper, it's like, yo, you're getting advice from like the most popular streamer, probably the most successful streamer of all time. But at the same time, looking at the context of, okay, listen, there's certain tips here, here, and here that probably could be applied to any situation there. But beyond that, the environment that he got successful in is completely different than the environment that's in here today. So
not even the same thing.
It's
he didn't even start on Twitch. He started on Justin TV or whatever.
Exactly.
Like
it wasn't even Twitch yet. It wasn't even Twitch. It was Justin TV, bro. So it's like there's only so much in-depth, granular information he can give from a streaming space, at least, because of how the environment's changed year after year after year after year. And I'm like, that stuff you have to learn on a nitty-gritty day-to-day, just talking to people who are constantly in the cycle. You know what I'm saying? Not just like beyond it at this comfortable level, because they've had this major rush of success in the past few years. You know what I'm saying? Like you got to look at it at a more granular level if you want a deeper information. So getting pieces of tidbits of gems, such as you need to keep your viewer list open at all times to greet people as they come in, so so you can engage with your community. I don't think that's a good tip, bro. Just judging off of the stuff that we seeing, I'm like, I don't think that's good advice necessarily. Now, I could be wrong. You could be on the other side of Twitch. You know what I'm saying?
You're not Ninja, bro. You're not Ninja.
Listen, I feel like Ninja could do that and he'll be fine. But me, you know what I'm saying, greeting the random person lurking, you know what I'm saying, in the chat right now, you know what I'm saying, I'm gonna pull up, hey yo, Super Meat 1 2 3, what's going on, dog? What's happening? How you doing today?
1 2 3.
Like,
hey, I see you in the chat, Stream Elements. I appreciate it.
How you find my burner, bro?
Hey yo, listen, man. It's the cam still. It's the cam, so we warming it up.
I'll be real with y'all. I block people. If somebody calls me out, I end up like just blocking the channel. I'm like, bro, there's no way. There's no way.
Make uncomfortable eye contact with the camera when you do it too. So I see you, Charlie.
Facts.
Thank you
right
for being here.
Right into their souls. The window to their souls. Just stare right through. Like, it's not good advice. It's not good advice. And the tidbits that we're seeing from this masterclass is not conducive to something that I would pay money for. I would not drop a dime on this personally. I'm like, you can't give definitive advice. I don't think nobody can give definitive advice. You only can take tidbits from what you learn in the environment and from people that are here and there. I can't look at this as a sole, textbook. It can't be McGraw-Hill for streaming because it changes every single day. So by default, I feel like, this is not as valuable to people. But, again, because the name's attached, because it's Masterclass, people are going to buy it. People are going to jump on it. That's fair. It is what it is. But I know for me in my house, I'm going to actually, like be in the trenches with it and just learn tools of the trade from actually being in it and listening to people who are actively a part of this every day. So it is what it is, man. He going to get his coin. He going to do what he do. But I'm not keeping my view list open for nobody. If you want to alert, that's cool. If you want to say what's up, that's cool, man. As long as you're here and saying, hello and support, it's all good. Like, it's joint's crazy. I ain't never seen some wild shit like that, bro. That's the wildest thing.
Y'all not paying for Ninja's Masterclass?
I will pay money to avoid it.
I seen it. I brought it the day I seen it.
Shut up. Shut up. Bro, how much does this even cost? Like, I've been trying to look it up.
I'll find it for you right now.
There's nothing, like, you have to sign up for Masterclass, which seems like...
And that's like
19 something a month or something like that?
I'm only seeing like 15, something like that, like just to sign up.
I'm not sure if you have access to the whole catalog, because it's like they have different people, like music production. They have like Timbaland and stuff like that. Like they have
Masterclass. It's like, what's the other one? Skillshare.
Skillshare. Like it's like a LinkedIn. It's like a LinkedIn Learning. It's like a LinkedIn Learning for specific, I guess, specific trades. So
there's so many YouTubers, so many, like, that goes on to a bigger topic about, like, I feel like content creation, like just in general, like. I tell you, there's some really good YouTuber like channels that help people actually grow to be like good content creators. And I feel like there's certain, like, there's same thing. There's great YouTubers that have like great content on like how to be a streamer, but like it kind of does get onto like the realm of like you're in a space where you have to create. Like, there's nobody that can tell you how to be a great rapper. You just have to like figure out how to do that yourself. Like everything that deals with like like you can have people that guide you, just like, like people along the way that help you to like understand where you need to be in your space. But I feel like a lot of the times, like, you're not going to get anything really out of most people when it comes to like, yo, this is the streamer masterclass. Like, what does a streamer masterclass even look like? For real. What? Like, seriously, like it's like like video production after a while. Like, you can learn the basics in video production. That doesn't mean you're gonna be like the greatest like YouTuber like on the face of the planet or like editor on the face of the planet. Like,
this shit is trial by fire, man.
Yeah, like
literally,
it's such an interesting concept.
It's wild, man, and also a really, really interesting thing, man. It's just like, okay, so focused on brand and how to properly present certain things in the stream, and that's what the focus might be on in the streaming space now. But again, there was a really like I was listening to, I guess it was some panel that shout out to the Black Okage. He was on there the other day. I saw a clip on Twitter and he was like, oh yeah, people getting all mixed up with like, branding, trying to find the right strategy for this, that, and the third. He's like, yo, do you have fun with this? Like that's the key. That's like the piece of advice he gave. Like, yo, do you have fun with this? Like, trying to figure out if you actually enjoy what you do in terms of this space, not figuring out, okay, how do I set up my branding as you just start streaming and just coming out the gate and stuff like that. Like, those are steps for so far down the line, or at least farther down the line than you think. And people are kind of looking to that. What are the nitty gritty? How do I get signed to a, this, that, and the third? How do I get signed to an org? How do I get sponsorships and stuff like that? And then that sometimes in some cases that might lower the actual attention and love that you give to your content, to what you actually enjoy and what you put out at the end of the day. Like, that's what puts people in seats at, when it all comes down to it, the bottom line. Like, there is just a certain attention that we should put on the process of loving content creation and what you actually want to do and provide to the space, instead of focusing on, listen, your channel elements got to be like this, that, and the third. You got to make sure you reach out to this person at that time and stuff like that. Those things will come, and they're still important in the grand scheme of things, when all the pieces are together. But looking at that and looking at all these other things instead of just focusing on, do you actually like this shit? I feel like that might be a little bit lost.
Do you actually like this shit? Nah, that's a real question. Like, I don't think most people know how to answer that though. For real.
Mm-hmm.
I don't think most people know how to answer that for real.
Some people are afraid of the answer.
That's a fact. That's a fact.
And if you don't like it, you gotta find out either you gotta find out if you like it, love it for real, or is
you
there
need
a
to find
way
a new
for
line
you
of
to
work.
love it? Yeah,
Hmm.
is there a way for you to love it? You know what I'm saying? I can speak on when I first started making content. You know, I'm good at making fun of people, and I got tired of making fun of people, bro. Like a lot of people, you know what I'm saying? I would just go on I lost a good amount of people who used to follow me because I stopped making fun of people. But
Mhm.
you know, I don't. That's not what I wanted to do on Twitch.
Mhm.
That's not what I wanted to do on my TikTok. You know what I mean? That's
Yeah.
not what I wanted to do. I mean, I'm good at it. I'm funny,
Mm.
but you know that never really brung me any type of joy in content creation. I feel like the stuff I'm doing now, you know, like being analytical and
Mm.
voicing my opinion, and then you know sprinkling some humor in there is what I really always wanted to do. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, I feel you.
And that's why I started. That's why I fell in love with content creation in the first place. So it's kind of counterproductive to fall in love with something and then do something because you think that'll make you popular. You know?
Facts. Yeah, I agree. It's like, yeah,
That's real.
if you're not doing it with the genuine intention to enjoy it and have fun with it, like you'll find yourself with more creative blocks. You'll find yourself scrambling to do some crazy stuff. You'll find yourself paying $19.99 a month to listen to, you know what I'm saying, listen to some dude with a headband on who's telling you to watch a viewer list and come stalk people that come in the chat who are just wanting to lurk. You know what I'm saying? Like
Yeah.
there's pitfalls that you can jump into if you don't come with a actual good intention. And I'm just like, for me personally,
Right.
I know for me, I know there's a place I want to get to, but at the bare foundation of it, I love doing this. That's why I do, this podcast, No Cooldown podcast, YouTube videos, streams, like TikToks, clips, all that stuff. I don't do that. I don't get paid for any of that right now. I know at some point down the line, I do want to get paid for it. So I'm working hard to make it as best I possibly can be. But I know at the core of it, I will always love to do this. Honestly, I will always love the point to talk about games, make some content, make something funny and entertaining in some form or fashion. And that's what drives me. That's why I'm like, it doesn't bother me to do these things on a week to week basis because I know I'm working towards something and I enjoy doing it. So that
Right.
process it's not going to be too much work for me because I know what it means for me intrinsically and where I'm envisioning myself in time.
Yeah,
Right.
I say it like this before we move on to the next topic. I just always have a problem with people not wanting to work for what they want, you know, and always trying to
Facts.
find shortcuts, bro.
Facts.
Like it's very irritating to me personally to have like who's somebody who really like you know slaves over who makes the content right or whose focus is the content. And granted, you know what I'm saying, there's a whole bunch of other stuff you have to do to be successful in this space. Networking, communications, being approachable, knowing how to articulate yourself, your branding, all that stuff is very important. But at the end of the day, it comes down to do you make the content? You can listen to 50,000 streamer schools, but if you not have posted one clip on Twitter, TikTok, or Facebook or any type of social media,
Right.
how are you expecting to grow?
Right. No, I'm with you. I can go on about this for days, but I won't do that. So just wanted to talk about the last couple topics for today. So Twitch audio copyright updates. So they finally gave out a little bit more clearer information. It's a very rare thing for Twitch to do. So basically, what happened is basically if their system detects copyrighted audio in your video, your VODs or clips, it will automatically mute the VOD, which they've been doing, and delete any associated clips on your channel. I guess that's like the new thing is like deleting the clips from your channel. I didn't know I didn't know they do that.
Yeah, they find it in
They-
clips. Yeah, they can backtrack it from
They
clips.
deleted my clips today. Yesterday.
Yeah. I didn't know they actually did that. That's actually
Yeah.
kind of sucks, but I guess it's kind of like a cool also. We do not automatically delete your VODs. This reduces the risk of your channel receiving a copyright strike, but doesn't give you information about the copyrighted audio or give you tools to automatically unpublish VODs by default until you can take action. So how do you guys feel about this?
YouTube all day. Like it's
As he
weird.
streams on Twitch.
I'm about to fucking
He
stop.
listen,
Honestly, I just
He
like,
multis. Thank you very much.
I multi-stream because people love purple letters, I guess, or whatever.
Yeah,
Like, I don't know.
I know.
I love YouTube for a variety of reasons, but this copyright thing is one of them. When I get a copyright strike on Twitch, it's kind of like your heart stops for a second. You're like, hold on a second, whoa, whoa, am I banned? Am I done? Like, what's going on? YouTube is like, yo, boom, you're demonetized because at minute 3 and up to minute 3 and 15 seconds, there's a song right here. It's published by these people. This is exactly who we're sending the money to. You can do one of 3 things. You can cut the segment out, you can mute the entire segment, or now we have in beta a way of just removing the song up by itself. Oh, what do I have to do, YouTube? Just click an option and hit OK, and it will just process it out. Cool. Thank you. I literally, after every stream, I'll go through it. Oh, it's copyright. Yo, cut it out. I don't need it. Just mute it. Whatever. Let's just get it going. The only thing that I wish they would do is allow me to do like a bunch of them at a time. Like I would love for them to just let me do like click on every video, every copyright claim, mute the audio. Because personally, if it's my stream, you should have been there when it was live. Sorry, baby. We out of here. But I like that Twitch is kind of doing this because honestly, their DMCA thing was really bananas when they first started catching up with it. I like to see the progression in it, but I still feel like more can be done because I feel like the issue with it is sometimes ignorance from the streamer. Like some of them just don't know this kind of stuff, and it would be nice to just be like, yo, this is what you can do, or like give them the tools to fix the problem so that it doesn't become a big of a problem. But yeah, that's really all I gotta say on it.
They should have been this like this, I guess.
That's like everybody in their life just got this.
Yeah, I'm saying I don't like. Yeah, I'm not about to pat no nigga on the back for something they should have done before. You know, they like it's not our responsibility. We creators, bro. Y'all the platform. It's y'all job to make sure the creators on the platform follow rules. If y'all niggas ain't want to stream music, y'all should have been this and about like YouTube did, who understood. Hey, people are gonna do what they want to do, so let's cover our asses. We need them to create on our platform, but we also need to cover our asses from multi-million-dollar corporations who produce music and basically controls the audio industry. So let's not get clapped by them, but we need them. So they, I'm not like, okay, Twitch, yeah, congratulations. Woo. Delete my clips. All right. Like, okay.
Listen, y'all need to fix up, bro. Just make y'all process smoother, man. Y'all back end like process for like customer service and just again appeals and all that stuff. It feels so hodgepodge and none of it streamlined. And I'm like, bro, that irks me. That irks me so much. Just off the strength. I just feels like okay, everything's like just straight patchwork because it feels like it is, which it probably is. But just find a way to keep streamlining that stuff. You know what I'm saying? Like straight to Wen's point, YouTube literally has a straight pipeline of okay, listen, problem encountered, here's options to solve problem, select one, problem is done. You know what I mean? Like there's just a smooth option of what you need to fix and what you need to do right then and there in that second as soon as it's detected. The fact that there's so much again hoops that you have to jump through for this portal or that portal and there's so much lag in time between actually responding to that, it's weird. It's weird, bro. Just fix your back end process, man. Fix the back end.
Yeah, they haven't gotten to this point. Whatever. Like it's great that they're finally, maybe making a change that they should have done years ago. But moving on to the last topic of the day, actually, YouTube channel redirects. Yo, Wen, how do you feel about this, man? Might get the random Tim the Tat Man raid, man.
Let's fucking go. Let's go, baby. I'm really excited because it's showing that like a lot of us called it back then. YouTube is making moves. Yo. I also really love that when they announced this, they also included something along the lines of like, hey, you can only get raided by people who you want to raid you, because we know that some people like to do hate raids, and I'm like, it's crazy that YouTube is acknowledged hate raids
so Twitch has that option that you can turn off like who raids.
Yeah, you can turn off raids from anybody.
Yes.
Yeah.
No, for sure.
But that's really raids upset. Everybody like on off like for everybody or no one.
I hear you. Yeah. I hear you. But you know what's crazy is I didn't hear that from Twitch. It was another Twitch streamer who told me that. Like I had to find like
you're right.
As soon as this became a thing and as soon as it was picking up pace, they should have been like, "Hey guys, you guys should know," because it's not like they got a Twitter channel where they could just post this kind of stuff. I don't even know if Twitch has a Twitter, if anybody knows about it, but they could have easily been like, yo, right here, boom, quick video. I could have made the video. Yo, give me like $100. I would have had the clip ready for you in an instant. You have so many creators on deck, and you tell me there's nobody that you could have reached out. It was stupid on their part. Right. I love that YouTube is doing it. I also love the reinforcements of like, yo, don't worry, we have measurements, we have things in place because we don't want it to become a toxic environment or whatever. It's gonna be great for the YouTube streamers now. YouTube streamers will feel more like streamers. I remember I remember I had like a peak of like 10 in my YouTube stream, and I remember Slay was streaming on YouTube as well at the same time, and I was like, damn, I wish I could send them to the person, but all I did was all I did was put a link in there, but you know, people don't click links. They just like, all right, well, we're out of here. And I was like, damn, this kind of sucks, because I would have loved to share my community or us build a bigger community together, but I guess not. But now we're moving on up. I'm really excited not only for this, but for what this will bring after.
Yeah, I agree. What's it called?
Coming for next, man.
I'm telling you, bro.
That's
Like,
that's all I'm saying. We've been knew it.
It's just
Knew
how long, bro. It's just how long that Twitch got to go until these updates start piling up and like, oh shoot, they're right here.
And I always think about this. My mom know what YouTube is. She don't know what Twitch is. I'm saying
That's a fact.
Pretty soon,
That's a fact.
Pretty soon, they got that audience, man.
They have a huge audience.
Yeah, huge
I'm telling
audience.
you, it's sleeping
It's gonna
giant
be
settings.
random ass people touching bags on the tube with the streaming.
Low.
You know what I'm saying?
Right.
But it's only a matter of time. Because I think what people, my bad, so I didn't mean to cut you off.
Oh no, you good, bro. Go. Shoot.
What people always say about YouTube streaming right now, it doesn't have the culture of Twitch, right?
Right.
Like, granted, there's a Twitch culture, you know, and a lot of people enjoy it. A lot of people think it's cool, et cetera, et cetera. You know, to some extent, I enjoy the Twitch culture and being part of that little bubble, right? It's tough. But what I'm saying is when YouTube starts developing their culture, yeah, Twitch
not wrong.
Twitch is definitely going to have to, and you know what? And that's why Twitch has been such dickheads lately, because they never had no direct competitor. It was like,
exactly.
People drop stuff on YouTube and come stream over here. It's always been like that. Drop stuff on you, but YouTube like, no. We just gonna keep the people who are making banger. Because I think about all the video essayists I watch. They all stream on Twitch. But when they could just have their 1.5 million subscriber base just watch their streams and feel like they're part of their community and culture and, you know, whatever, and there's a YouTube culture.
Right.
If they could somehow take, which is toxic as shit, but take the YouTube comment culture and like make it the streaming something, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
It's gonna be a problem.
They're just, I'm telling you, like YouTube is the streaming sleeping giant. They've always been just because of the sheer power that they have in terms of what they built since 2005. Like they got so much potential, and then they're only missing like, you'll see it. It's like they collected Infinity Stones one by one. It's like, yo, we got raids, whoop, we got gift subs, whoop, we got a couple more. You know what I'm saying? They rock it. They slowly making their way, but they're eventually gonna grab all these, like, enough pieces to really stand toe to toe with Twitch on an actual content offering basis, and the effectiveness and the quality of service that they can provide as a streaming platform. That is, it's approaching. And I don't know what we said the last time we talked about this last like significant YouTube update, probably like 2 years, year and a half to 2. What was the kind of time estimate? And again, it's the culture thing that I feel like is just if you fix up chat, make sure your chat has like you again connect with Better Twitch TV or something like that, like, and just you have emotes, have, you know, little bits, like the little donation things, little things that make Twitch chat interactive and stuff like that, plugins and stuff and all that. That side, the raids, it's already in there, it's already good. And the one thing I will quote about this, actual update, I like how you can specify exactly who can raid you, and you can verify that by either subscribing to that person or by just having an actual approval. And I'm assuming the system might go as, oh, you might be receiving an incoming raid from another tab or something like that, and you can approve or deny from that. Maybe you can just view their channel, see what their content is like, see who that is, and then you can approve or deny from there, which might be a really, really big differentiation and really, really good switch around, because I'm pretty sure the option for Twitch is what you can either have everybody raid you or have it open, or have nobody raid you, or is there any specification on that? Because I haven't seen the setting.
I think
personally.
It's people that you follow.
Okay, people that you follow,
raid or something like that, and then like friends. Like there's some levels to it.
Okay, like that. Okay, like that and friends, but like offering that next level of, okay, random people are out there, of course, but now you can have the sense of, okay, do you know this person? Are you subscribed to them or whatever? Da 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 da. And you have that level of control. You know what I'm saying? Like there's some areas that they need to catch up. Again, the mod support. Shout out Crane in the chat. Like mod support as well. Will they be able to have some of these functions as well? Like there's still parts of the game that they're missing, but once they snap into it and catch up, Twitch is in for a long, long day. I'm telling you, like it's tough.
I kind of see it like this, right? Facebook is like the Nintendo of the streaming community, right? They kind of off doing their own thing, right? Then you got like the YouTube, the Xbox that's creating its own little ecosystem right now, and you got the Sony who already has the established ecosystem of game, or of like whatever, and eventually, you know what I'm saying, when YouTube get that shit together, bruh, that's gonna be that shit, bruh, because they already got shit that Twitch don't got, the better encoding, for what I'm saying, for everybody. You know what I mean? Like if you already creating on that platform and you have a built audience, like you don't know how like who's a big Fortnite YouTuber? I don't know. Who don't stream on Twitch? I don't know. Whoever that guy is, he's just gonna click live, boom. Because I think what Twitch does really good. And this is coming from like somebody who's still new in this space. But one thing I peeped, right, and what I could explain to people when I, what I'm saying, is that like they kind of understand how YouTubers make money. Like, oh, if you get a lot of views, you make money, right? But like one thing that Twitch does really good is make monetization for smaller creators easier, right? Like somebody, if you're an affiliate, somebody could just sub and give you a bag, et cetera, et cetera. I don't think for the most part, like in people's minds, that hasn't really translated over to YouTube. You know what I mean? Because people don't really see YouTube as a streaming platform.
Mm-hmm.
But eventually, that's going to change. It might not be with us, our generation, who think of it like that. But the youngins, I mean, you got people like Speed over there making a bag, man, off YouTube. So
right.
It's only a matter of time.
So wait, hold on, wait. I'm not even gonna say youngins like that. Wait a minute, you're saying it's like we done and dusted, bro. Hold on, wait a second.
I'm done and dusted.
I'm just saying,
Speed.
I'm done. I'm dust.
Speed 18, bro. He 18 or 15 or 16.
That's fair. Okay, well, Speed Mad Young. I'm about to say, I'm not decrepit, bro. We ain't decrepit. Come on now, y'all.
I'm trying to retire.
Nah, I'm just saying mindset, right? Because for the most part, you have to grow up on something to see it. Like when I was coming up, I knew Twitch was the place to go if you stream.
Like the imprint for it. Okay, got you.
Right. Yeah, you get what I'm saying? Versus like a 15-year-old who's watching, or like a 14-year-old who's watching Speed right now, who might become the next biggest streamer. He's seen that, oh, I can stream on YouTube too. My favorite streamer, this little weirdo, is now who you know what I'm saying? He been streaming on YouTube the whole time I've been into the internet. He'd be like, okay, I'm gonna stream on YouTube too. And then that's how that culture starts creating,
Got you. Yeah, I see it. I definitely see it. But I feel like the full package of YouTube's potential in terms of a streaming platform will probably be realized in like the next, I want to say 4 to 5 years. I feel like they'll actually they'll make the full catch up, and then they'll be in stiff competition again, butting heads with Twitch in 4 to 5 years. I can see it with like the pace of content updates. Like we've had, the major little, I guess, points that Twitch has in terms of a service, they're starting to equal them and match them. And I can see that time frame of it being like, yo, YouTube's like it's really that platform now. So.
Nah, I feel yo. Hey, man, but
niggas, would you ever make the full switch to YouTube?
To what?
YouTube?
I've thought about it, honestly. Like, not even a joke. Like, I've not even like playing around. Like, I think with my partner agreement, I'm able to like, just stream on Twitch, but not on YouTube. I mean, but it's just like you just can't do it at the same time. That's like basically like all it is.
That's why I unaffiliated.
Because I like, as a one game streamer, like I'm really like, I want to test the waters a little bit, but we'll see. I'm not that tied to Twitch anymore. Like I'll be very real with you. And it's like there's a lot to it. Like I'm looking more at like maybe like, building one hub, but I just don't want to throw away my Twitch because it's like
You worked hard for it.
You put your
Yeah,
blood,
hard
sweat,
for
and
yeah,
tears.
that's
in it.
time. That's
I
time,
worked
bro.
hard for it, man. This is
Yeah.
time, bro.
That's why I still restream. Even though I wish y'all would just all go to YouTube right now.
I'm sorry, YouTube is so ugly, bro.
No, I get it. I
Yes.
get it. I literally just this stream hit 400 on Twitch, and I'm like, I don't even care about Twitch, but I'm still like, that's pretty gas. I'm still gonna post about it. Like, that's a pretty cool accomplishment. But it's, I wish I could just take everybody over to YouTube, but
Yeah.
we'll get there one day.
Listen, just gotta change the paradigm. One
But
ugly
yeah,
ass landing page
man.
at a time.
But yo, man, I hope you guys enjoyed this episode. We are going to get off here. So again, we have a lot more coming in the future. Make sure to check us
Facts.
out. Make sure to drop a follow because the people are streaming right now. We got When Easy and Trip streaming right now. That man Trip, and then we have Grizz also. Grizz on 13th, right?
Grizz on 13th. Yes.
Yes,
Right,
sir.
right. Make sure to give him a follow. We're gonna catch y'all later. Thank you guys for dropping by, and hopefully next
Adios.
time we'll have everybody else. So
I have
yeah.
cherry blossoms to see. I see you.